second. I'm going to set this up for TikTok also because I haven't done that in a while. And I miss everybody. So please hold. I'm going to set up a live on the TikTok too. Because I want all of social media to hear what I have to say about a certain content creator. Content creator, they don't create content. They just create poo-poo. And I'm sure a lot of people.
4 things you did.
I'm sure a lot of people on here will be very will know who I'm talking about, because this person has done a lot of bad things to a lot of people here on YouTube, and I'm sure they've done stuff on TikTok if they haven't joined yet. And if you think I'm talking about you, it's not you. Don't worry. I don't care about you. All right, so setting up the live for TikTok as well. Wow. Hey, TikTok and YouTube, we are double broadcasting here from Florida. Probably going to have a thunderstorm any moment because that's just what we're doing right now. We're basically living in the Rainforest Cafe, and we have a Rainforest Cafe not too far from where I live now. Crazy, huh? We used to have Rainforest Cafes. Hey, Dee Dee Files, how are you? We used to have a Rainforest Cafe on Long Island, but that one went out of business a while ago. So there was one in Atlantic City, but I don't know if that's even still open because I know a lot of the Trump hotels over there have closed. So I don't know if that was, an unfortunate, thing, but I don't know. I haven't been to Atlantic City or Jersey for a couple of years, so I don't know. Hi, TikTok. 13 people in the live. No, you're not. Nice try. So I wanted to go live and talk about something, Miss Apple. I want to talk about something that's going on here on YouTube, and I'm sure a lot of people have discussed this. Content creator. What? Play song for big guys and I'll donate? No, I don't think so. I can't play any music because I'm also live on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't really have um, really good rules about playing music. That's why going live on TikTok is a little bit more fun because we can play music, but YouTube we can't. So I'm live here and on YouTube as well. So, Louis, there you are, buddy. I'm glad you're here because I'm going to talk about something that we need to talk about. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have had experience with what we need to talk about. In fact, there are people that I have had long time. They've been supporting my YouTube channel for a really long time, and I'm going to choose my longtime followers over this person. I don't know if this person's on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, I think, well, TikTok has fun trolls. So anyway, so we're going to talk about somebody on YouTube, and if they have joined TikTok, I don't know, don't care. But we're going to talk about this. So there's this person on YouTube that her YouTube name is Rosie Wren. I'm not really one for doxing people. Hello, Jay. Good evening. I'm not one for doxing people. I think that's just a terrible thing to do. So I'm not going to use her real name, but her name is Rosie. Yeah. She ain't too rosy, though. I'll give it that. Because we have the Queen Rosie O'Donnell here on TikTok, who's an amazing lady and makes a lot of people very happy here on TikTok. So we're going to talk about Rosie, right? I have a long time follower who I actually really appreciate. He goes by the name of White Tupac. I believe he's from Canada. He's given me a lot of warnings. Oh. Um, oh, oh, I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna talk about this. So, Rosie, I with her, except she has done something that was not really cool. Many moons ago. Uh-oh. Live, give her a wrench. If you're on YouTube, you don't do that. You don't just go into someone's stream and automatically tell them to give you a wrench. It doesn't work that way. You don't just make moderators out of someone you don't really know. And just because you're a moderator for people, bigger channels that no longer do live streams anymore, that doesn't mean a darn thing to me. And I don't show loyalty to people I don't really know. I don't know. Do we have moderators here on TikTok? I don't even know. I don't think I want. I don't know if I know enough people on here to really to do that. So I probably won't be doing that here. So yeah, so she did that. And she's also friends with a another content creator who made a video about me, making fun of me and being ableist. I don't support ableism on my channel. Um, so yeah, so there's that. Um, but yeah, I've heard a lot of things. And one of the things that we had heard is that Miss Rosie likes to dox people. Doxing is a terrible thing to do to somebody. Don't do it. Okay. Unless if they deserve it. There are people out there who kind of deserve it, Um, like racists and homophobes and transphobes and things like that. That's fine. But when someone doesn't want to deal with you anymore, that doesn't give you the right to dox somebody. People don't want to deal with you anymore because you did something that bothers them and they don't want anything to do with you. Oh, thank you for the rose. Wait, what? Thank you so much. That makes my day. I haven't gone live in so long, so I haven't really gotten many gifts on here. I'm trying really hard to push through and persevere to get to my 10,000 followers. So if you want to send a bunch of followers to my TikTok, that'd be really great. And I'm not so far off from 3,000 followers on YouTube as well. And when I finally hit 3,000 followers on YouTube, I'm going to do a live stream and see how many tomatoes I can eat in 3 minutes. And if you know Miss Kelly doesn't like tomatoes. They actually make me gag. So that'll be a really funny live when we get there. So back to Miss Rosie here. I've heard many people here on YouTube say that she doxes people, and I think she's even threatened to swat people. I just want to tell you why swatting is bad. First of all, that's illegal. It's illegal to swat somebody because you're wasting government resources, and it's a false call. So if you're making threats to somebody that you're going to swat somebody, and you have proof, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance that that can come back to you, and you're going to be really sorry when that happens, right? So let's not swat people because the police have enough to do than to deal with YouTubers and TikTokers. Unless if you're Jeffree Star. I just heard that Jeffree Star got swatted on his live. That's fine. He's a racist, anyways. That's totally fine. But anyway, and Jeffree Star does. I think a lot of the things that he does is, I think he's a faker 99% of the time, anyways. So, so I wanted to come on here and talk about Miss Rosie here on YouTube, and I want to give the lovely folks of TikTok the warning if she ever comes on here, which I hope she doesn't. People like that shouldn't be on any platform. In fact, I don't think she should be on social media at all because she doesn't know how to behave herself. And she uses she uses her illnesses as a reason to for people to feel sorry for her, and oops, hold on one second. Oh dear. Wow. Bat wing. Back wing. There we go. I think we got it in time. We got it in time. Yes. Okay. So, anyways, so we're talking about this content, Rosie. I think she only has a YouTube channel so she can go live. Does she really even create content? I don't think so. And if she does, I don't think anyone's. Hey, Matthew. Matthew, have you been affected by Rosie? We're talking about Rosie Wren here on YouTube. She's threatened to dox and swat Lewis, and yay! Thank you, doll. Oh, and who knows? Like I said, she might join TikTok. We never know. My worst trauma? No, I can't even talk about that on here. Gotcha. Don't talk to that lady. Matthew, whatever you do, don't talk to that lady. She is bad news. She has doxed another content creator here on YouTube by the name of Misty. There's actually a channel called Canceling Rosie Wren. I guess she's done a lot about. Well, I know we should talk about my traumas on TikTok, because if I do that, TikTok and YouTube have different rules about what you can talk about on live before you get shut down. So, yeah, no, thanks. So, anyways, finish my Starbucks. So, I would stay away. Make sure she doesn't come on your channel. Because she does bad things. She doxes people, and she threatened to swat somebody, which I think is a terrible thing to do, because swatting people is that would be my dog. That's not my business. So yeah, swatting people is bad news unless you're Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star has plenty of time, money, and whatnot to deal with it, and yeah. So yeah, it's all high school that they do. Yeah, it is. But you know what, Matthew? This person does not know to really let things go. She threatened to kill me. She threatened to do bodily harm to me, and she exposes herself to people, whether it be in a group chat or on YouTube or whatever. I just want to explain something, okay? This is how things are, okay? If you take naked photos of yourself and you put them in a group chat, or you put them on OnlyFans or whatever, while it might be wrong for somebody to download that image, it's there. You put it there, right? And unfortunately, when you put it there, it's kind of fair game. This is why we tell people, hey, Adelaide, this is why we tell people, don't put things out on social media. Yeah, Rosie. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, Christian? You know what? Rosie is somebody I tried really hard, because I really like Lewis and Adelaide, and Lewis obviously seems to care very much so about Rosie, and it's his chat, and I don't wish to cause trouble. I already went through, my dramas with the Sunnies and all that stuff, and I don't want to do that with another group. And I tried to look past the past, and whatever I heard about Rosie, until, she threatened to kill me last year. She threatened to unalive me. You can't use that word here on TikTok. She threatened to do bodily harm to me, and I still let it go. I let it go because, again, it's Lewis's chat, and I didn't want him to, have all that in there. I already went through, like I said, I already went through what I did, and so Rosie here, she's in Lewis's group chat. She brings all these people. Okay, she brings minors into the chat. There was this woman in there who was transphobic, homophobic, Islamophobic, all the phobics, right? All the phobics out there. And I don't play well with that. Oh dear. I don't want that. I don't take to that too nicely. And supposedly there's a video of Rosie using the N-word. And if you watch it, it's clearly her, and it right out of her mouth. Right out of her mouth. So Rosie's a racist. She used the N-word. There's videos of her abusing her dog. And she's exposed herself in group chats and on social media. So children, if there's children in my life, which I wish there weren't, if you put something out there and people see it and they can download it, just so you know, that's forever. Okay? Don't put things on social media that you don't want there, you don't want there, and you don't want people getting a hold of. Are alligators raised? No. So, okay, the sun is doing good. Actually, what's a really crazy thing about alligators, right? Is alligators actually don't like the no, she's not blocked on this channel. Just simply because blocking people on YouTube is useless. Blocking somebody on YouTube is the most useless thing out there because you block somebody on YouTube and they still come to your channel. So in regards to alligators, I haven't seen that I have an alligator, but I haven't seen any. I generally haven't seen any, except when I went down to the Everglades. But I have not seen any in my backyard. I live. There's a golf course behind my building, and I'm assuming there's water because where there's a golf course, there's usually some kind of some kind of stream or canal or something like that, and I'm sure there's one back there, but I haven't seen one. The crazy thing about alligators is actually they don't like the taste of human flesh. That's actually out there. They actually don't want. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah. So that's the whole thing. So are alligators racist? Animals are colorblind. They don't see color. Humans, unfortunately, are not. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Lewis. But I just want to make this very clear. So I am usually 100%. As there are certain situations that you do put yourself in, and you can't blame social media or in a group. Oh, viewer discretion is advised. Oh Lord, I hope I don't. Okay, no, in Florida with Ron DeSantis as my governor. Ah, I Have you ever watched Gator Boys, Christian? Listen, and I by all means don't think that alligators would make. You still got to proceed with caution. It's a it's a wild animal. But if you watch the Gator Boys on TikTok, on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, the way that they interact with these alligators, they do look like giant dogs. I don't know. I leave wild animals where they belong. The one thing I hate about Florida, though, is that we use this app called Nextdoor here, which is owned by Facebook, from what I understand. And let me tell you something: if you didn't like Facebook, you sure as hell ain't gonna like Nextdoor, because then you're gonna know what kind of people live in your area, and you're not gonna like it. And one of the biggest complaints on Nextdoor is the animals in the area. Like, people complain about the Egyptian geese, the Muscovy ducks, the alligators, the coyotes, um, the iguanas. That's the big one. They hate the iguanas. She's doing well. She actually just went to Petco. She had to get her nails cut because actually I have to go to New York this weekend for a family thing. I don't know how I feel about it because I'm having some issues with Florida doing what Florida does. But I will be in New York for a little while, a slight hot minute. um, but yeah, so that's the one downside to next door is you see the people in the area complain about every damn animal. No, I don't want anything. I don't want to bother the iguanas. I don't want to eat nothing. No. And I think the iguanas are here because humans were were not good people. No cute fellas or ladies or anybody. I really haven't been looking. Some plans. I'm actually going to take a cosmetology program sometime next year, and I'd like to start a business where I help elderly folks. I was going to go into the home health aid plant program, but with you know, with the laws that are coming out of Florida, where doctors can people. I don't really, so I'm not going to do the home health aid thing. Whether or not I'll stay in Florida forever, probably not, unless if Florida gets its act together and stop with these laws, because Florida is supposed to be the state where, it's supposed to be the freest state in the country, but it's only if you're not gay and things like that. So I'm not sure, you know, um, how it's yeah. However, I'm going to give it this, and I don't really want to talk about politics too much. If I had a choice between Trump and DeSantis, I would pick Trump over DeSantis, just simply because DeSantis is actually a lot more dangerous than Trump. Um, yeah, Florida. Well, not all of Florida though. I'm in Broward County, which actually isn't as conservative as you would think. Not a single person. In fact, he lost the election in this county. So it's hard to believe that he won just because, but this is also one area. However, DeSantis likes to say that Florida is where woke goes to die. But yet he keeps going after Disney, and Disney will make you disappear if you don't stop. Not disappear, but if they don't like you, they'll make sure you go away. He is a sellout. He is a sellout. I mean, I would never vote for Trump either. I would never vote for Trump or DeSantis, but um, I think they both suck. But DeSantis is a lot more dangerous than Trump. But while he's more dangerous than Trump, I don't think he could win. I don't think he can even get the. I don't think he can get the nomination, unless if I don't think DeSantis could beat Biden in an election either. I mean, just so we all know, I just want to make this very clear. It's just because I'm not a Republican doesn't mean I'm a Democrat either, because I don't support Biden and I don't want to vote for him. But because, unfortunately, that's the choice that we get, right? It's either going to be Biden or whoever the Republican ticket is. But I don't like Biden and I don't really want to vote for him. It's just that's what it is. You know, unfortunately, that's just what it is. TikTok superstar. I'm still trying to get my 10,000 followers over there. Um, See, here's the thing though, is I actually, when it was Hillary against Trump, I couldn't vote for Hillary because Hillary was doing things that I don't support, and she is a racist. And I could not, for the life of me, give her my vote. So I actually did vote third party at that particular election. And that particular election, I was still living in New York, so Hillary would have won anyways. So me voting third party would not have made it that much of a difference. And you got to remember, Hillary won the. Oh, I'm sorry. I think Trump is more evil. I would never vote for Hillary, but after what we went through with Trump, I think that was horrible. Horrible. Honestly, the two-party system is broken. Okay. Both sides are broken. Why are we still voting for people that are too old? I'm not ageist by any means, shape, or form, but these people are too old and they've been around way too long. Biden versus Trump, that's terrible. That's terrible. There are so many better options out there in the Democratic Party that could have been pushed forward, but you know, because of the lay of the land, Biden's going to automatically run, which is garbage. Nobody wanted him to run in the first place. We were once again robbed of a primary in both of those elections. We were robbed of a primary in the 2016 and the 2020 election. And they pushed Hillary and they pushed Biden through. I was really for Bernie Sanders. However, now I wouldn't vote for him because I think he's a pushover. And you know what? Bernie retire. He's performative anyways, to run. I'd like to see Michelle Obama or AOC or something of that nature. We need something new and different. It's just time for something new and different. I'm not sure if I'm thinner, but I've been working on it. I like Elizabeth Warren. But again, there's got to be term limits, though. That's the whole thing, is that there needs to be term limits on both sides. It's just time to do that. I mean, look what DeSantis is doing here, right? Now, apparently, this is not a federal law that you can't run for president while still being a governor. I didn't even know that wasn't federal. I didn't know that was a federal law DeSantis to run. Why, I don't know. I don't want DeSantis to run, but I don't want him to be governor either. So I don't know. he's got too much on his plate, and he's just an evil human being. Um, but that, I didn't know that wasn't a federal law. I thought that was just a general thing, that if you're a governor, you shouldn't, or another party member, you shouldn't be allowed to run for president at the same time, or even be, that's just the way it should be. So I don't know, but there definitely needs to be term limits for sure. See, Michelle Obama was never really she was never really a person in government. She was just the first lady. So I think she might be a good candidate. And she could run with, like I said, she could Rosie, Stacey Abrams. I mean, AOC, I have my 50-50 feelings about. Some of the things that she says and does doesn't make a lot of sense, but there are also times where she does make a lot of sense. Like we went through this whole debt ceiling thing, right? That whole big scare tactic the government was using. They were trying to scare us, telling us. They do that all the time. Just, both parties do that stuff all the time. They do it all the time. They use our money to, oh, thank you for sharing out the live. I am not from Boston, and I've never been. I am actually from New York, but I live in Florida now. Yep. Hi. How you doing? When we had that whole debt ceiling thing, they were trying to say, I guess one of the parts of the agreement. Oh, you're from Ohio. Okay. Oh, you guys got a lot of things going on over there, right? I don't know what that is. But anyways, so one of the parts of the agreement to the whole thing was, do I want to ride? No, thank you. I never tried that before, Christian. I've actually heard, not my business. Better get a shower. I no, but yeah. So one of the agreements that they were making in regards to this whole debt ceiling thing was that work requirements, right? And that's actually not a bad thing, because when I lived in New York, we had work requirements to collect some, welfare and food and whatnot. We actually had, unless if you were deemed disabled, you had to go to a work site. I don't know if that's what they're thinking here, but we had work sites, unless you're disabled. And some of these work sites were actually pretty decent things. It's there were people who what do you mean, what glasses are those? Mine. They were actually really good work sites that they sent you to. They could send you to Head Start, or they sent people to farms, or why thank you. They sent people to these work sites that were actually pretty decent. The only thing is that the only thing that is that it could improve, right? One thing that they could do to change the whole work site thing is if the job likes you for 6 months, they should keep you and give you full benefits and things like that. That's where that program needs to improve. But work requirements might not be a bad thing if that's the case. But then Social Security and Medicare, Medicaid, and all that stuff, they have to raise the allowance of what you're allowed to make to receive your benefits, because that's why a lot of people can't get off the benefits, is because they can't make X, Y, and Z, or they lose their benefits. So Security, I'm a disabled, because I'm from New York, and New York likes to keep people disabled. They like to give you all this money to stay home and all that jazz. So what I'd really like to do is get off of those programs, but they make it very difficult to do that. And I'm trying, but the problem is the way that this works is, a lot of these jobs, uh, pay too much money, and you know, it's a mess. But but AOC, she is what, a congresswoman of New York or whatever. She should know that New York has that requirement already to the work requirement to get those programs. I don't know why she doesn't know that, because it's going on in her own state. hmm You know, I don't know. Some people just don't pay attention, and that's throughout New York State. That's a New York State policy. Um, so I don't know why she missed out on that. I don't know how you can be a congresswoman of New York and not know that they had already had that. But whatever. Oh well. I'm not going to hold that against her too much. Hey, later, Christian. I'm going to try to keep going live, more often. I just wanted to hop on here for a little while and talk about this Rosie character here on YouTube. That like I said, she doxes and swats people and apparently exposes herself to people. And this is a lesson learned to a lot of people, is that if you don't want certain things to circulate on social media, or whatever, then you just don't post it. I am not a vegan. No, I was, but not anymore. So yeah, so well, anyway, so I'm just I was a vegan. I'm not a vegan anymore. I wasn't unhealthy then. Not unhealthy now either. I mean, too many vegetables. Not very many people that I know of. Well, so you know, I, well, South Beach is a little far. South Beach is a little far. I do want to go down to Miami, because they have a couple of places. They have a couple of places I'd like to go to. There's a couple of drag shows I'd like to go check out. You eat vegans for breakfast. Yeah, there you go. I was a vegan. I'm not a vegan anymore. When I had my weight loss surgery, I couldn't be vegan anymore. Too many. But the problem with being a vegan is, you rely a lot on the because they're easy and they're convenient. But they're really high in carbs and things like that. So in order for me to be a vegan as a bariatric person, I'd probably have to go like whole food plant-based. And I don't know about that. I'd like to, but I don't know. I went to this really cool place here in Florida. See, here's the thing is, I would really like to do some and people not wanting to come here. I'm just a little afraid to do content like that and show people really cool things, because I don't want to get hatred because I live here, but I'd really like to share some really cool there are some really cool places and I live in a county that does not like DeSantis, so I'd like to show some things. What do y'all think? I already live here, so I can't change that. As much as I'd like to. I'd like to go back to New York one day. Um, I don't know. Maybe one day I can. I don't know. But I went to this really awesome place here in Florida, in Hollywood. It is the Yellow Green Market, which is in like a open air. They call it open air straw market, which is kind of like a building, but it's open. It doesn't really have walls. And I got I don't pay retail for clothes ever, and I found a woman there who sells boho pescatarians. I actually, for a long time I didn't really like fish, but now I kind of do sometimes. But fish has mercury in it. But then again, it's just one of those things because like all of our food has some kind of a bad something in it. So it's like, eh. But yeah, this open air market. Yep, this open air market nearby. They have all kinds of stuff. I got dried fruit. They had nuts there. They had all kinds of stuff, and it's all small local businesses. So I would like to share that here on YouTube. Thank you, Lewis. You're the best. That's why it hurts me so much to see people walk all over you. It's not nice. You know, Lewis has been a longtime supporter of mine, so when I see somebody being really nasty to him, it makes me really very sad. So, so that's just not it. Treating Lewis like garbage is not nice. And, And sometimes, when it comes to life, we love Lewis. We do love Lewis. He's over on YouTube. Um, you know, you have to be careful while you're doing social media, especially TikTok and YouTube. I have fallen victim of this myself, is that you have to be careful about who you make friends with on here. Okay, this is a lesson learned that I've learned. Okay, there are people, it is the same. The marvelous Miss Kelly is my YouTube. Um, when we do social media or anything at all, like this, and we make friends, we have to be very careful out there because there are people out there who don't have our best interest, you know, and there are people out there who and with just like high school baby shit, there are people on here who have mob mentality, and sometimes there's a reason for the season, and sometimes people know that you're at your lowest point or you're just starting out, and they want to use you to as a step stool or doormat or whatever to get higher up on social media, hence the term social climber. No, I don't think Rosie is a social climber. I'll give it that, Lewis. I don't think she's a social climber. I think because she really doesn't put content out at all. So I don't think that she's really trying to social climb. I think she's just, she's a miserable person. Oh yeah, Christian, it's happened to me. I was in a group of people who I thought had my best interest. The person said we were going to be best friends for life, and as soon as my life wasn't what she liked it, because I was going through, a mental breakdown, and I had a video that went viral, I got thrown out. And now, 3 years later, that person messages me telling me that we could just go back to being friends like nothing ever happened. I mean, I'd like to think that we're true, but I can't do that just because it's not a good idea, you know. But I do wish that person well. They're more than welcome to come on my channel. They're more than welcome to support me, and I would support them. But as far as being friends goes, that's just not it's just not doable for me right now or anytime really. And you know what? Many moons ago, I wouldn't have stood up for myself, and I would have just accepted the behavior, you know. And Lewis, I don't want you to accept the behavior of that person, because that person has been well known here on YouTube to do bad things. Um, I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, when you put someone's name in on YouTube, and sometimes you know, you look to see if somebody made a video about them, and most of the time, you know, there's really nothing there dedicated to them being canceled. So that alone says a lot. And this person has exposed them. That's a temporary filling. Unfortunately, I paid a lot of money for a filling, and it came out. Hey, Put Put. So yeah, so I just, you know, listen. When somebody says stay away from somebody, don't always take that. You know, take it as face value. But I have been warned multiple times by multiple people that, well, Christian, you know, when you're ready, and you put out content, it'll be the best day ever. You got to put some, yeah, travel content. Yeah. Um, take it at face value. But when multiple people are telling you the same thing, nope, I don't believe in organized religion, especially that one. um, but you know, there's channels dedicated to this person. um you know, she's done some horrible things. She stalks people. I mean, she is autistic. I'm gonna give it that. She does have autism. uh what in the hell? Which, you know, one's problems. Hello, welcome. You have to separate one's disability from their behavior. And, you know, there are multiple videos that say that Miss Rosie has exposed herself to multiple people. And she exposed herself in the group chat. And, you know, photo that's kind of on her. That's not revenge porn per se. Um, and it's not bashing, but you can't put stuff out on social media and people download it and repost it. That's just what it is. Mm. Some people shouldn't have children. Um, so, you know, wow, I hit 1,000 likes on this stream. Wow, that's awesome. I thank you, everybody. I saw that. I did see that, Putt Putt. I decided to give her a chance myself. She came in my stream, um, telling me one time many moons ago that I have to give her a wrench. I don't have to give anybody a wrench. Ooh. I don't have to give anybody that. And I wouldn't trust her to be a moderator on my channel. I also have followers that don't like her. So I have to think about what's more important to me. And it is the people that have been following me from the very beginning of my channel. So I am not going to take her side. I'm not going to accept her. And I'm also so I don't wish to give her a moderator, a mods, that privilege on my channel. She's also threatened to unalive me because we're on TikTok, and we can't say certain words over there. Um, so I try to look past all those things because Lewis likes her, and I've known Lewis a really long time. And Lewis is a very kind, gentle person. And, I wouldn't want to be that person. I was already in a group where people were manipulating and bashing and doing bad things to each other. So I didn't want to do that in Lewis's chat. It's going well. How's your day going? So I didn't want to do that in Lewis's chat. I want to leave, past things in the past. But she went after Haggis because Haggis had a live stream and his banner had, it had upside down crosses. And that's just what his thing is. All right, I'm just going to do this. Okay, I ended the stream on TikTok because it was getting a little crazy. Wow, I had 725 viewers and 1,000 likes. Not too bad. I guess I'll start going back to being live on again. So anyway, so I'm gonna give more attention to this because I don't know how TikTok really listens to this, and I don't think she's on TikTok. Haggis went live, and he had the background with the upside down crosses. First of all, I'm a pagan, so I don't believe in hell and the devil and things like that. And if that's your thing, that's fine. I'm not going to what you believe and what I believe are two different things. And I would never ever hold that against somebody because it's not the right thing to do. Ooh, excuse me. That's just not how we treat people. This country, we have a freedom of religion, right? You can believe what you want to believe, and I want to believe what I want to believe. And that's fine. Haggis has his own beliefs. It's just the background. That's all it really is. And he wasn't talking religion, if I remember correctly, but whatever. And if he was, And if he was, then I don't know. But I decided to defend Haggis because Haggis, he's a good guy. I've known Haggis, Lewis, I've known Putt Putt, I've known Adelaide, I've known all of you guys the longest. Rosie, I only know of Rosie because Rosie, I've heard nothing but good things. And so you know, but because it was Lewis's chat, I figured I would move on and not take what she said, personally. Oh, a burning cross? Oh, that's what Haggis believes, and he has a right to believe that. He has a right to live his life the way he wants to, and it's his channel. How dare anybody go onto somebody else's channel and tell them what to post? I can't stand that. You don't do that. You don't go to someone else's channel and tell them how to do things. If you don't like to watch their content, just move along, and that's about it. That's all you do. You just move on and leave them be. But, this whole thing with her, being naked or exposing herself in the group chat and Haggis reposting that's kind of on her because he wouldn't have gotten the photo if she didn't put it out there. And he didn't post it on a public forum, he reposted it in the chat, right? So he didn't put it out there publicly. But there are plenty of videos here on YouTube talking about how she's exposed herself to other people. And she might want to, look at that and reflect on that, and think about what she can do to change for herself. Because obviously she has a problem with exposing herself. And the thing is, when you keep doing that, I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say you get what you deserve, but the thing is, when you put that kind of energy out there and somebody out there doesn't like you, they're going to use that against you. And knowing Haggis is not going to do that. He's not going to use it against you. He probably was deeply concerned about her well-being, and that's why he let people know, "Hey, listen, this is what she's doing, blah blah blah." But that does not make Haggis a pedophile. And the problem is, this Rosie character and Krisha, and whoever else was throwing around the term pedo way too much. I mean, I remember once they accused Putt Putt of that. Putt Putt has a child. I mean, he's an older child, but he takes very good care of that child. I just saw you had a post about him in the pool and all that stuff and having a great old time. He wouldn't have had that child as long as he's had that child if he was indeed that, right? You know, courts generally, well, they do make mistakes, but so there's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of accusations towards people that were not necessary, and most definitely false. And if I defended Haggis, it's because he's been a genuine friend, and the things that he's being accused of, I don't see that. Um, we have a really great person, Midnight Cool, who's here on YouTube. She knows Haggis, and she's a social worker, and she doesn't feel the same either, and she would know. She's a social worker. Um, but Miss Rosie likes to hide behind her diagnosis, and that's not acceptable. You can't do that. Um, you can't use that as a reason to do certain things. And you can't just accuse people of being a pedophile when they're not. Can't do that. It's going to ruin someone's life. And the doxing, the swatting, that's just gross. You don't dox and swat people. Swatting is very dangerous, and it's a waste of police resources. And if they find out who did it, you're going to be in trouble for doing that, because it's actually extremely illegal to make false reports to the police. So I wouldn't suggest you do such a behavior. Why? He's an older child, Putt Putt. Oh, dear. Post whatever you like. He's your son. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You know what's best for your child, and you know, don't let anybody tell you to do something else, because that's just not nice. You know, nobody should ever tell anybody what to post on social media. No one should. You don't. When it comes to my YouTube channel, you don't pay my bills. You don't. Although actually, a view is a view to me. So, but if you don't pay my bills, you don't pay my rent or whatever, then don't tell me what to do and not to do. So, like I said, Rosie has done some really terrible things to people. Terrible things. She's doxed a lot of people. I'd get rid of that lady as fast as you can, and don't look back. Lewis, trust me, I used to be like you. That I know that. Oops. I've accepted a lot of apologies. Well, well, well. You know what? I've seen people say this. I've seen people say that they can go to the police department and let them know that this person has threatened to swat me, and if you have to do it, then But I don't know. I hope that's not, I hope that she doesn't do that to you, because you didn't earn that. You didn't earn that, and if no one should be threatened to unblock somebody. That's not cool. Don't let her abuse you into thinking that you need to be on. She needs to be unblocked. She doesn't need to be unblocked, and she doesn't own you. She doesn't own you. She's done this to many people. Like I said, you can go here. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna do a quick search on my phone. I'm gonna show you. Okay, look, there's a channel here. Hey, you're getting a free shout out from me here. Look, exposed. Look at this. It says, hopefully I can show you this. Okay, see it. Oh, it says Rosie Wren proves she's a bully and flash herself to boys. Rosie Wren wants to strip on stream. So she has no right to say anything about Haggis, sharing photos or whatever. I mean, what he did was wrong, but he's not even bothering with her anymore. So I don't know why she's still. I don't know. I don't understand. She seemed very obsessed. Maybe she wants to, maybe she still has a thing for Haggis. You think that's what it is? I think she has a crush on Haggis. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why she keeps bringing it up. Maybe she was expecting. Maybe she exposed herself to Haggis in hopes that something was going to come of it, and it didn't work in her favor. Maybe she's mad because he turned her down. I don't know. I don't know. She seems very obsessed with this whole scenario. But if you I just want to put this out there. If you put a photo in a group chat and somebody shares it, that doesn't make them a pedophile at all. You posted it. Don't post naked photos on social media if you don't want people to repost it. And she should be so lucky that it was only Haggis. It could have been something totally worse. It could have been something totally worse. And, Trisha Paytas has her OnlyFans, right? She has an OnlyFans. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Well, like I said, if your best bet is just to leave because she wants you to unblock her, if anything, just don't go live for a couple of days and let it ride out. Although I've seen some people who get swatted, and let me tell you, some of the views that they get from being swatted is insane. But I wouldn't want that, and I wouldn't want police to waste time and effort and things like that. I don't think that's right. The police have police things to do, and let's be honest, Adelaide has police don't do well with handicapped people, and they don't do very well with people of color, and they don't really like women too much. So, you don't want her doing that. Oh, she said you have proof. She said she was going to do it. right, YouTube. I'm going to shut this down because we're probably, my stream is going in and out, but I will be back in a few hours. I think I'll go live again tonight. I'll see you guys in a few hours. We're going to continue. There we go.